Welcome back, everyone. Cody Sell here. Another training video on currency correlation and how to use it in your trading. This is going to be part two. The last video we looked at specifically kind of currency strength and how to understand which currency pair is likely the best. In this video, we're going to be looking from it kind of at a different angle. We're going to be looking at it from a technical standpoint. So we're going to be tying correlation and technicals together in reverse this time. But ultimately, it should come down to the same result, okay? But it's all about understanding here and making sure that you guys have a deep enough understanding to actually be able to utilize this. So let's do something. So in this video, we're going to take specifically the euro pairs. Okay, actually, you know what, we did euro a couple videos ago. Let's do JPY. So we're going to be looking at JPY pairs, so JPY pairs, and what we're going to do is we're going to be looking at the technical analysis over the yen pair. So let's take a look at UJ, GJ, and EJ, okay, as a great example. Those are some really popular ones there. Let's take some of my favorite as well. So UJ, EJ, and GJ. All right, and let's say that we have determined using correlation. So correlation has told us that we want to trade the yen. So for the Japanese yen or JPY. Okay. So we've used correlation, we've determined that we want to trade specifically the Japanese yen for whatever reason. There's lots of reasons why you may want to single in on a particular currency. So now we're going to pull up these three major yen currency pairs to decide which one has the best trading opportunity for us, because it doesn't make any sense to go take a sell trade on UJ. So let me just mark this up for you guys. Take a sell trade on UJ, and then take a buy trade on EJ, and then take a sell trade on GJ, or whatever you may choose to do. It doesn't make any sense to have opposing positions running. Do you see what I mean? Because of correlation, we understand that it doesn't, normally at least, it won't make sense to be in a sell on UJ and a buy on EJ. Similarly, if you've already got a sell running on UJ, selling GJ normally just doubles down the risk for no reason. It's essentially, a lot of the times, it's going to end up being the same trade. Either the yen's falling or it's rising, right? So we want to single in to decide which position we should take based on what we're trying to do. All right, so let's take a look at USDJPY. All right, let me clear all this off here. Okay, and let's use the 1 hour time frame for all of our examples in this video. All right, now when I look at USDJPY on the 1 hour time frame, I'm noticing a very strong downtrend. All right, I'm noticing that we had a lot of supports here that were broken. So our structural support was broken up here. You guys can see we were making higher highs and higher lows. And then we busted through that, retraced, and then continued down. And I'm seeing that that was broken. I'm pulling back, and I'm seeing that we have significant lows coming up down here. And I'm just kind of getting a general idea of what's going on here on USDJPY. Now, let's come take a look at our next pair, EURJPY, on the 1 hour. Okay, let me clear all this off. Okay, EURJPY. So again, noticing that structure had breached already. We were heading up, and we actually breached further up there, and we've been heading down since. But if you compare this, let me pull this up. If you compare this to USDJPY, you're already going to notice some pretty interesting differences. So one of the differences is we had a significant bullish pullback here. Okay, we had a significant bullish pullback here that we did not see on USDJPY. Remember, if you pull up USDJPY, it was just, let me see if I can move it to where you can see it better. Right there. you look at USDJPY, it was just straight down like this. Whereas this guy came down, pulled way back, and then continued to go down. So significant difference there. It's going to be important here in a minute. And then, again, we have our lows. Now, if you look over here at these lows, you'll notice that there's quite a big zone here of support. See, looking back, look at this. Quite a significant area here. And we're already almost, so we are almost at our let's call them our significant lows. Okay, significant recent lows. The same ones that we were looking at kind of over there on UJ. All right. So what that tells me is that first off, I can already see that if I'm looking for, let's say I'm looking for a sell trade, I'm not as interested in taking a sell on EJ with the significant lows already approaching as I am on UJ, where we have more room to the downside on our next potential bearish run. Okay, and now let's pull up GJ and take a look at what it's doing. Okay, so GJ, right off the bat, I'm noticing this similar bullish pullback that she did. And then here are our lows. So we have quite a bit of room on GJ down here till our recent significant lows that we may be targeting. Again, structure was breached here. This pullback actually came up to retest that same area, and we dropped again. So between the three pairs, given the amount of room, let's say potentially on a sell trade here, if I'm looking for sell trades because I determined that I want to sell JPY for whatever reason, then I'm already liking GJ and UJ. Go back to look at UJ. Much better than I'm liking EJ. All right. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is, if we look at our original list here, so our original list, so UJ, GJ, EJ, I'm going to go ahead and cross off EJ. I'm not looking to take my position, my specific sell position on the yen. I'm not looking to do that on EJ. I'm looking at either UJ or GJ, just based on the risk to reward of the next bearish move, based on the targets that I'm seeing, based on correlation. And even though this is a very small downtrend, there's kind of a problem here. And I'm going to show you guys that problem. I'm sure, yeah, here it is, on the 4 hour. Okay, so for those of you who don't remember, there's such thing as a healthy trend, and there's an unhealthy trend. A healthy trend, we'll do a downtrend as an example, comes down, comes back up, comes down, comes back up somewhere in this area, drops down, comes back up. Nice and healthy, it's making lower highs, lower lows. An unhealthy trend looks like this. We have this, and then we go like this. And the problem with this is that based on market structure, right, we can come all the way back up here before another potential sell trade. And the problem with that, if you guys look at UJ here on the 4 hour, we've been trending so hard that we could see a significant pullback before we drop again. Whereas if you look at GJ, which has a slightly healthier trend here, it looks like it already did its pullback on the 4 hour. See that? We already did our big pullback, and we're just dropping now. So if you zoom back in down to the 1 hour, boom, we're already dropping from where we had our entry, and it looks a lot more solid. This is the trade I want to take, okay? So, guys, takeaways from this video. I'm using correlation, right? I'm using correlation and understanding that on each of these three pairs, I should see a very similar market. And then I'm zooming in on the technicals to decide, based on correlation, which currency pair is the best setup to take, right? Which is the best one to put money on the line with. Because it doesn't make any sense to have a sell on GJ and a sell on UJ, right? You should just take a solid position on one or the other because they're most likely going to have the same result. So, hope you guys gained the value out of this video. Again, if it's not making sense, watch it several times, go back to the information slowly until you can completely grasp exactly what's going on here. It is more advanced, but it is insanely helpful for your trading, all right? See you guys next time.